The Iranian government, they are now asking for a reparation. You see, the same way Ukraine is asking for a reparation from Russia, the Iranian government, they are asking for reparation. If not, they say they will not end the war and they will not allow any ship to pass along the Strait of Hormuz. And the Strait of Hormuz, you know how important it is, as 20% of international trade is through the Strait of Hormuz. And if this Strait of Hormuz is affected, Europe will not have oil, China will have shortage of oil, China will go fully on Russia, Russia supplies India, Europe will be in need. Europe cannot get oil from Russia because Europe has imposed sanctions on Russia. They will just get small amount of oil from Russia, and now if they have to buy it from India, the prices will increase. They have to buy from China, the prices will increase. They cannot buy again at the Middle East because the Middle East is at war. You see now, you get the point. So Iran says for America to enjoy the trade at the Strait of Hormuz, for Europe to actually ensure that they don't move into economic quagmire and economic lacume and economic brouhaha, what they need to simply do is that they need to ask United States to pay them reparation for the damages that the US is causing. It is until then that they see they will permit ships to move across the Strait of Hormuz. No 1 liter of fuel or oil has passed through that Strait of Hormuz. It has also been revealed that Iran has started planting mines along that Strait of Hormuz. And these mines are in different levels, which means that if a ship get into on top of the mines, it is kalash kaboom. And when it is kaboom, it's business that is going to waste. So Iran says if America wants the Strait of Hormuz, America should do the needful. And who are those who are going to suffer in this Iran war? That is why Europe is angry, because if Trump had told Europe that America and Iran and Israel was going to strike Iran, European countries would have said, Mbano, don't do that. Because he did not tell them, Europe is going to feel the heat. And why would Europe have not allowed Trump to bomb Iran? It's simple. Europe relied heavily on Russian oil. When the Russian-Ukraine war started, Europe started making shakara, and they reduced their supply from Russia. They cut their supply from Russia. And when they cut their supply from Russia, they were buying from the Middle East. Now the war in the Middle East has erupted. Middle East is not selling again. Supply was disrupted. Now production is also being disrupted, which means that it's going to take a long time. So Europe will no longer have its oil. As Europe doesn't have oil, where will Europe rely on? Europe has two options: either to beg Donald Trump to end the war, or to go back and renegotiate with Russia. And Russia has now doubled its price for its oil, and Russia wants to even cut off the small amount of oil they are selling to Europe, and which leaves Europe economy into a very chaotic way, and this plunges Africa into a very disastrous end, because Africa is an economy that consumes and imports rather than they produce. Because if Europe is affected with oil, Africa also will be affected first with oil, because Africa produces crude and doesn't refine, and most of the refined fuel comes from the Strait of Hormuz, from Africa to Africa. And when that happens, Europe cannot produce, Africa cannot consume. The few that are producing, prices will skyrocket, and Africa will suffer, Europe will suffer. So Europe will even suffer more, because Africa can rely on agriculture, producing food that they can manage. But what of Europe, who rely on exportation of bananas, cocoa, and some other important products to their continent? Europe will be very, very backward. Is that what Europe bargained for? No. Is that what Donald Trump bargained for? Yes. So this now leaves Europe in a desperate and an African government in a very desperate position. Because Iran has refused to surrender. Iran already knows. See, Iran has paid the ultimate price. There's no surprise again that America will surprise Iran. Taking away their supreme leader was enough. In fact, that was the highest price. America would have left that price the last. The fact that America took away their supreme leader, it means that there is no other thing again that Iran is afraid of. There is no. There's no new thing that America will do to Iran. Is it bomb? Will you bomb that? It will affect Iran more than their supreme leader. Iran is already on the ground. Iran will not want to. In fact, Iran now is already somebody who is drowning, and you are holding a stick. That person wants that you drown with him. There's no new attack. If Trump bomb everywhere, it will not surprise Iran because Iran already is at that level. Iran has refused to negotiate, so which means that Iran is in the best end to tell you that okay, if you want the war. Pay reparation. So Iran is demanding for reparation. Reparation. America claimed that they are bombed. Not claim America had bombed. In fact, America has air superiority over Iran. But is air superiority the final issue? Ground superiority is what counts. As long as you don't have ground superiority, the regime is still intact. And Iran says they want reparation. Europe has just one option or two. Go back, negotiate with Putin, and this also would give some leverage. Because if Europe wants Trump to end the war in Ukraine and Iran, it's simple. Trump will just ask Europe, because Europe is the one disturbing the peace effort in Ukraine. France is just, Trump will just tell Europe, you want the war to end? Accept the terms and conditions that I gave for the peace plan in Ukraine and Russia. You accept, we'll end the war, your economy boom. So France and Britain, sorry,